bring you, that you're going to look to me, that you're not going to waver in this thing, because he said it's important in this hour that you keep your eyes on me, that you won't be tossed to and fro by the wind. Whenever the wind shifts, you shift. But God said, I need those people that going to stand in the midst of adversary. Stand in the midst. See, I can tell you all that because I'm going through some things, because I had to stop what I was doing and move in with my mom, which has dementia. But we said, oh, just throw her in the nursing home. But would you like for somebody to throw you in the nursing home? And so we had to get to a place where I had to make a choice. And so my choice was, I had to give up everything. And just like what God is saying, you have to give up everything to love me. You have to give up everything to move in that direction where I'm telling you to go. Does it feel good? No. Sometimes you want to walk away? Yes. But God is saying this hour, I'm looking for those people that not going to be easily shaken. Because even on your job, I went through hell on the job this week. They turned up. I couldn't even get a break. But you know, I said, Lord, I thank you in the midst of this situation. It's not always going to be like this. I said, because either she got to go or I got to go. One of us, this place ain't big enough for both of us. But God said, hold on. I got this thing already worked out. I got this situation already moved. You just got to trust me. You got to just stand on the promises that I told you. See, we are people also that we want to do things so quickly. And we want everything to happen right away. But God said, if I give it to you too soon, what you going to do? Will you still love me? Will you still be there with me? Or will you run and get back out there in the world and do the things of the world? And a lot of us will. We'll be forget all about the Lord. Because he's saying, I need to keep you on that cross. Where you stay broken. Where you stay looking at me. Where you stay where I can use you. Because see, when we get to that place where God knows, and see, he already knows that what we're going to do before we even get there. Come on. And we might make a promise, Lord, I will never leave you. Lord, I will never forsake you.
That's what we say.
Lord, I'm going to always be there for you.
That's what
whatever
we say.
you want me to do, I'll do. Just use me, Lord. Use me in whatever capacity you want to use me. But when God turned that notch, come on, and things not going the way you want them to go, come on, all hell break loose, and you got somebody on your house that you want to curse out, come on, that you want to just slap and knock around, come on, and God is telling you, no, pray for that person, love that person. Come on. See, it's gonna cost you something. It's gonna cost you with these trials and tribulation that you go through. And you know what? If you don't pass the test the first time, oh, guess what? You got to go right back through the same old thing. Can I get an amen this morning? Amen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Because if you ain't been there or been through any storms in life, just wait a while. Because they're coming. But God is saying, he already done worked that storm out. But we got to get to that place where we got to know that we know that we know, no matter how hard that situation looks. No matter what the doctor's saying. The doctor's saying, I don't gave up on you. You said, no, devil. God ain't gave up on me. Come on. And see, the doctor don't know what God has promised you. That's it. The doctor can only give you what he sees. So a lot of times we take the word of a doctor before we real what God is telling us. A lot of us don't did that. I can say I don't did it before too. That's it. Whatever the doctor tell you, take all this medicine, but God said, I'm healing you. He's telling you not to do it, but yet we'll still do it because that doctor said. We think that doctor more important than God. And God said, I can heal you if you just believe me. See, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm just telling you in this hour, he's looking for a remnant of people that going to love him unconditionally, not going to faint, not going to run, not going to give up. Because see, some of us, God had already healed. And we said we got to the place where we allow the devil to get in our minds and say, they don't love me. Like Pastor said earlier. They don't love me. They ain't talking to me. They ain't saying hey to me. They ain't love me. But God told you to love too. He said, love thy neighbor as yourself. Come on. But what do? We get mad because the preacher ain't talk to us. We get mad when somebody go and tell, because I'm going to tell you about me. And I'm going to tell the truth. If something going on in your life, and the pastor need to know what it is, because we got to be on the same page. We can't be tossed and turning. Come on, teach us, Pastor. So I'm going to tell her what you said, Because it's to help you. It's not to hurt you. See, a lot of people think it's hurting. I'm hurting you by telling what was said. But a lot of times you don't told on yourself already. And God already knows everything about us. There's nothing hidden that He's not going to show it. So we have to learn to trust Him in this hour like never before. And we got to be those people that no matter what the situation, I know we're going through a lot. Because we're moving into a new dimension and a new direction. And bigger giants have come in our lives. Bigger problems have come in our lives. And sometimes it makes you like you're almost losing your mind. I don't know about you all, but I'm talking about myself this morning. See, I can't talk about nobody else. Sometimes that thing will have you so twisted and turned that you think you're about to lose your mind. But you have to pull in. That's where prayer is so important. That we have to talk to God and tell Him all about your troubles, all about your struggles. Even when your families are not going the way you want them to go, you still have to stand on that thing and tell Him, Lord, I trust you. No matter what the situation is, I can't see past this part, but Lord, you can see way past everything. And I'm trusting you in this hour like never before. No matter what you need done in your life, God said, I got it. But don't give up. These storms are going to be here when you leave out that door.
Come on.
Same storms you came in with, but you got to have a better mindset on how to deal with those storms and issues in your life. When you put that issue in your life, because a lot of you going to go back to home to hell.
Come on.
I'm just being real.
Make up your mind.
Because I know when I was married, my husband was out there in the world, and I was in the church. And every time I would go home, the devil was busy with him. Well, you have been at church all this time. See, the devil don't care who he used. But you got to stand on this thing. Devil, I will not be moved. You're not going to shake nothing up in this house. This house is going to be a house of peace. This house is going to be a house of love. This house, everything going to be the way God wanted it to be. And see, when you start speaking those things the way they are,
come on.
Don't get it twisted. Because if you're not living right, it's not going to work for you anyway.
It ain't.
See, because God is calling us, and especially us young people, to a place, you young women, to a place of holiness and young men. Because we used to be a time we tell our men, oh, it's okay to go out there and have sex. But you'll tell the women, no, you can't need to do that because you'll get pregnant. The same thing applies to the man as to the woman.
Come on,
because
teach.
God is looking for those people that He wants to be holy. He wants those people that going to not be twisted and turn and run to and fro. Because He's looking for those that going to say, Lord, I stand on your promise. That what you said, you're going to do, Lord. That's what we got to get to. That's what we got to get to. And if you will now, in order, I'm gonna tell you what the word means. The word persevere means to keep going through hard times without giving up.
Come on.
Did y'all hear me? Persevering means to keep going through hard times without giving up. And then he says it also means to persist in anything. And then it says the word through means from one end to another, all the way. So we got to go through this thing. And you got to go all the way through with this thing. Then he said trials. Trials is a test of your performance. The state of being tested for a period of time. So if you know that you're going to be tested, you got to go through trials. And then the tribulations are affliction, suffering, or distress. So God is telling me we got to go through these things.